Hey, what's up guys? Valley Flying here. I am back, and yes, I am totally back. I'm not at the conference in Philly anymore. I am back home in Dallas making content for Marvel Strike Force for you guys. And it also means that I am live streaming again tonight, so I hope to see you guys there. We have a lot of fun on the live stream. So what am I talking about in this video? Well, there was a lot of stuff that had happened in the game. Some stuff that I wanted to happen didn't, but there was a lot of interesting developments in this game that happened while I was away. So I will be talking about that. I never talked about that in a video, although I was chatting with people on social media and Discord about some of these changes to the game. Also doing some predictions, because if the latest data mine is correct, the update is dropping on August 1st, 11 a.m. Pacific, which is similar to when the Ant-Man and Wasp update dropped. So I hope there's some cool changes that excites the community in this game. So I'll be doing a few predictions, not a lot, but a few predictions. And I also learned a bunch at the podcast conference. I do more YouTube content, but I'll be talking about some of the other content that I will be releasing based on some of the stuff I learned there. But before I get into all that, let's talk about the game, because I know that's why most of you guys are here. All right, so I think the biggest thing that happened while I was away was the announcement on Casino's channel about this Nick Fury Kree requirement. Now, like most of you guys, I probably will not get Nick Fury this time around if it is a 5-star unlock. So let me show you my Kree roster really quick. It is right here, and Kree Royal Guard is already at 5-star. Kree Oracle may or may not be at 5-star. It all depends on luck in the raid store. This is very luck based on what you have in your store. And then the final 3 minions, I have them at 3 stars. Still a far away from getting them to 4-star, and then another 130 to get them up to 5. So I'm probably not gonna get him this time around if it is a 5-star unlock. And everybody's showing their ranks to other content creators, and for me, I am ranked 1231, and I still probably won't get him. So I don't know how many people will be unlocking Nick Fury this time around. There's no dates set for this, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I probably won't get him either, but I don't know. I don't think it's the worst decision by Fox Next, considering some of the other things they did. But I'm interested. I'm farming these Kree, and we'll see what happens. We'll see when the event happens. All right, Reworks. This was a big thing that happened, and didn't really have time to really look at it. And it's called the balance update, but it is a buff for some of these characters, and the biggest buff, I think, was for Thanos. He's got a little more speed, a little more damage. He has a 100% chance for offense down. He gets it earlier. And this taunt, this is big, is increased from 1 turn to 2 turns at level 6. This is one of the most annoying taunts in the game. There's only 2 people that could remove Thanos' taunt reliably. Han Archer and Jessica Jones. Now, yeah, if you don't have them on your team, Thanos is going to be a very big thorn in your side. But that's not the best thing about his rework that he got. He gets a little bit extra damage on his ultimate, so that means he's healing for a little more with that health steal, that drain. And then his passive, this is big. Ability energy now generated when any enemy is defeated by anyone on your team. So he's giving energy out left to right to these cosmic characters that are adjacent to him or himself. Very big. Loki, we haven't really played him in the game. He is kind of a playable character in certain stages because you get a free Loki in a few of the stages, but not an official playable character. I mean, there's a bunch of interesting changes they made, but since I haven't really played with him, I think the biggest change to Loki, on spawn, his speed bar is filled to 100%, and he's also gonna give some Mystic and Controller allies some speed bars, so that is big. He is now gonna be the first character that goes whenever he's on the field. That means he's gonna be going before Black Widow, and he's going before Korath, and this damage on his special is even more because now there's an increased chance for a second attacker at level 6. Loki was a pretty good character. I think it moves him up to a very good character. And now Star-Lord. Star-Lord's very good as well. He's this passive. Guardian allies now receive extra speed, extra damage, and you have more of a chance to give ability energy out, and ability energy will now be granted to Guardian and adjacent allies. More great passive stuff, and now Clever Distraction now grants ability energy to adjacent allies. So those are the big things with Star-Lord. And then his ultimate, he gets more chance to assist, so a little more damage with that. Let's look at some of the other updates that we had in the game. We have an update coming soon. Now they talked about 4 playable characters, and I will be talking about predictions as far as that. I think it's pretty much set in stone at this point. There's just one question on that last character, and I'll be talking about that. We got new legendary events coming. Just interested to see what happens. I think the legendary event is the Nick Fury one that they talked about. Flash event campaigns. I'm thinking some of these characters will be on some of the campaigns that are similar to this Ant-Man and Wasp, what they did for that. Raid improvements. We saw some information about that in a data mine. A new login calendar. So the one that we have right now, actually I was just in the spot. So this one right here, where we had Korath as the login character, it is changing, obviously. Last month we had Luke Cage. This month we had Korath. This month I have a prediction as well, and I will be getting to that when I get to the predictions. But because of the reworks, so Loki, Thanos, and Star-Lord, there looks like there is a new meta. I didn't actually find this out. Seaton on his video found this out. I saw Mobile Gamer mention this team as well. So I am going to try it. I'm probably just going to do this on auto because at this point this is one of these easier stages and I don't have a lot of energy right now for it. So this is the meta right now before the rework. And this is the new meta team or possible meta team for Arena. We have Thanos, Star-Lord making good use of all their energy they're giving. The theory behind this is Star-Lord should supply energy to Night Nurse to heal everybody, and with all the kills, and especially in the raids, Thanos should be giving a bunch of energy to Rocket and Gamora, just giving them a bunch of damage, and Thanos should be providing that taunt. So I haven't tried this out. I've been very much looking forward to this, so let's try this, and like I said, it'll be on auto, most likely, unless the AI does some bad moves. But as you may not have seen, my Star-Lord is pretty low level right now. He's not built up. He's at 5-star. Not a lot of gear on him. Not a lot of abilities invested in him. And we will try this out on auto against these 6 characters, see how they work. And boom, it looks like it is working pretty well. But again, this is just a level 50 Ultimates raid. This is not one of the Deadpool raids. But they are clearing these guys out pretty fast. They probably would have before the rework anyway. But they just work so well together. Look, there's Star-Lord giving energy. We got more kills. And if even though they're dead, Thanos still gave out energy to guys. So it cleared it pretty fast. A lot more damage than the old meta, just with a lot of survivability and a lot of control over the field. So we also had 2 events while I was gone, the Merc Payday event and the Ant-Man and Wasp event, and I gotta say I'm a little disappointed in both of them. The Merc Payday event got a little bit harder. I was not able to beat the 4-star tier, even though I had 4-star characters. This they changed it, I think, to Avengers. I think they changed it, but it was harder, and I had trouble beating it. My guys just were not built up enough for it. But it is what it is. I think the biggest disappointment of that event was taking away the sims. They used to be able to sim previous missions that we've 3-starred, and it is not in the last Merc event that we did. So I hope they add that back in. I don't want to be spending more time just playing it. The game, I want to spend as little time and enjoy this as much as possible. And then as far as the Wasp and Ant-Man event, I was a little disappointed in that as well. We were supposed to have huge rewards, but unless you had 4 stars on Ant-Man and Wasp, those huge rewards did not unlock. So all I ended up getting was gold. But hopefully this event returns, and hopefully they give us more ways that we could farm these shards before it returns. It kind of is what it is, though. All right, 2 of the biggest things that were going on when I left: the 2-hour Deadpool raids and the 2-hour blitzes. Now, 2-hour Deadpool raids, I'm not liking it, obviously, as most of the community, just because it kind of forces the alliances to coordinate, and if you're in different time zones, it's tricky. You know, I know some people missed on my alliance as well, even though we did start to complete it. I do have fun during the event, though, coordinating people and kind of stressing, wondering where people are, if they're going to complete it or not. Once we started completing it, it was kind of fun. And I'm not hugely opposed to it once in a while, but to do it consistently on an everyday basis, especially for some of the guys that in our alliance that could not wake up, it kind of sucks. As far as the 2-hour blitzes go, I know a lot of people were complaining about that as well, and I don't think it's a good thing, but we have the Blitz results, and thank you to WizJ619 for posting this. I don't know if you're also organizing this, but let's take a look at the results. All right, 1.3 was the cutoff for all of these, and it went up a little bit for the Thor, 1.5 million. So as far as the scores, they're not going too crazy. It doesn't look like people are waking up in the middle of the night to do this. I know I am missing a bunch of times for the Blitz, and you know, it is what it is. I play when I play, and if it's good enough, it is. We have yet to see a very in-demand character. You know, Ant-Man, this is the first time he had his Blitz, and we put up some decent scores there. But we have yet to see a character released through Blitz come through. So if Wasp or Loki happens in a Blitz, I'm wondering what the scores will be. The cutoffs for 10% were about the same. The cutoffs for 25% are about the same. And the participants in Blitz are going up a bit. They're not up to that level of about 400,000 before they combine the shards and before they up the qualification rewards for these rank rewards. But it is going slightly up. The previous high was 144,000, and with the Thor Blitz, it was 151. A little disappointed in the selection. We had Elektra and Thor, when I think most people were hoping for Wasp and Loki. The Loki one was data mined with a date, and usually when there's a date, usually they happen exactly on that time. This Loki is the first one that I could think of that was an exception to that. What else did we have going on? I think that is it. Let's look for predictions. So let's look at some predictions. The first thing I wanted to predict is these daily login calendars. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be changing around this whole calendar. Some of the rewards seem kind of you know, especially some of these training modules. But we had Korath for July. We had Luke Cage for June. And Korath seemed kind of out of left field to me. So for my prediction, I'm picking someone totally random, and that is this guy, Winter Soldier. What is that based on? Just kind of a gut feeling, guys. Just based on what I've seen before. Some of the characters are pretty good. I think Winter Soldier is a pretty good character, and I think that's who I'm going to pick. I don't have any reason for why I'm predicting that. I haven't seen anything in a data mine or in a conversation with anybody. But my prediction goes for Winter Soldier. Who are you predicting for the login character for August? All right, next thing is the 4 new characters. I think most of them are kind of set in stone. Let me go back to the roster here. Kamal Khan, that was announced at Comic-Con. Nick Fury, confirmed, I think, for August by that in-game mail that we saw, plus Casino's dev conversation. Loki, I wasn't thinking about him as a 4 new character because technically he's in the game. He is kind of a playable character on certain stages. You get a free Loki. He's not a real playable character, but he's in the roster already. So I wasn't thinking about him, but because we didn't get the Blitz before the update dropped, I am thinking that Loki is one of the third character. And then we're getting a Mystic character. And if you remember the video that I did a while back where I looked at the calendar and I predicted a few possibilities based on when the Infinity War Blu-ray is dropping, there was a bunch of characters that weren't in the movie. I really wanted Scarlet Witch. Casino in his video predicted Scarlet Witch, and I don't think I'm switching too far away from that. So I'm not going out on a limb with this one. I think the other character that we're getting in August is gonna be Scarlet Witch, and I don't know, that's just kind of based on another gut feeling. You know, that was something that I was thinking a while back that could be one of the characters, but I think that is the most popular character that has not been released yet. All right, as far as Blitz goes, we're getting a new Blitz coming tonight, and predicting that, I don't know if this is much of a prediction or a wish, but I'm hoping that we get Wasp or Loki. If they're going to do something after the update, I guess it's very unlikely we get Loki, so I'm hoping that we get Wasp tonight. I'm crossing my fingers. So, like I said, I don't know if that's really a prediction or more of a wish, but I'm hoping for Wasp. And I think that is it as far as predictions goes, and I think that's it for covering what happened while I was gone. So let me talk about some of the things that I learned while I was at the convention. So most of you know that it was a podcast convention that I was at, and I don't have a podcast yet, and I don't know how many of you listen to podcasts, but I know at least some of you guys have reached out to me on social media and stuff and asked me if I would do that, and I gotta say, at least for right now, the answer to that is most likely not. Now, that could change in the future, but I still want to produce content on YouTube, give you guys a lot of videos to help you guys with this game, and also do the live streams, because I have a lot of fun with those, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun. We have some random stuff, so I still want to do that, but I do want to, in addition to that, produce content that I'm more passionate about, because I like this game, and it's still my favorite game, even with some of the issues going on. But my main passion for the, it's probably been the last 17 years or so, is helping people work out, helping people get fit, helping people get in shape, improve their diet, feel better. I've been training for a while and helping people with that on a one-on-one basis, and haven't really taken that to a mass audience yet. So I want to start to do that, because I love that. I love helping people work out, and I don't have a time frame for it yet. I don't know when I'm going to start. I'm still mapping out the whole entire process of what I want to see with that. But as soon as I start doing podcasts or producing videos on that, I will let you guys know, and hopefully you guys will come check that out when I do that, because I mean, who doesn't want to at least want to be in shape, right? So hopefully you guys will check that out, and like I said, I will announce that on here when I do that. But that is it for this video. Went over a bunch of stuff. We went over some of the stuff that happened in the game last week while I was gone. We went over a few predictions. Some of them were kind of out there, and I don't know if they're really going to come true. But I'm planting my flag on those, and that's what I'm sticking with. And then we talked about some of the future plans personally for this channel and what I plan to do with some content. So hopefully you guys will like that in the future. If you did like this video, it helped you in any way, please click on that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to support the channel, there is still a BlueStacks link in the description. You can click on that. When you install it, the channel gets some credit, and it doesn't cost you anything. So it's a good affiliate link. BlueStacks, double thumbs up, win for you, win for BlueStacks, and the channel gets some win as well. So that should actually have 3 thumbs right there, right? Anyway, but that is it. I hopefully will see you guys on the live stream tonight. We have a lot of fun on there. I don't know what's going to happen. None of it is planned. None of the guests are planned, so I don't know who's going to show up, what's going to happen. I do know it will be a lot of fun, though. So hopefully we'll see you guys there, and getting more Marvel Strike Force videos out tomorrow. So I will see you guys next time, regardless of when that is. Valley Flying, out.